This is the most excited I've been for a crop, I think, ever in my lifetime. Spraying a canola fungicide tonight because the canola looks good and we need to protect what's there. Canola fungicide at the early sign of flowering, 20 to 50%. So if we count the flowers, 20% flower would be about 15 flowers, 10% would be about 10 flowers. So if we take this plant here, look at the size of this guy. We find the main stem, which is this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Call it 13 maybe, so that's pretty good timing. Look at the size of this plant. Let's just pull this guy right out. Like, look at the size of this. Oh my. Look at this. Look at the size of this guy. Just branches after branch. We got the main stem. We got stems off of that stem. We got stems off the other stems. And they're all gonna make pods. It's been so humid, it's been smoky, it's been hot. But deep down in the canopy, even though it was felt like plus 36 today, you get down on the canopy, it's still wet. There's still water. This is why we gotta spray for disease. Look, there's still water down here. It's 7 p.m. right now. Look at this, it's just wet down here. Look at this. Oh my. And it's actually cool. You get down in here, it's probably 10 or 15 degrees cooler down here, I swear. This is where the disease comes from. Petals drop on the leaves, get kind of a white mold. So we gotta protect it. Gotta protect the investment. So to help protect the investment, I'm gonna drive over the crop. But we got the EK crop dividers on. This will help make less of a track in the field. So it'll, instead of the tires driving right over the crop, it'll help spread the plants apart, kind of separate it, and hopefully they'll go back. Maybe a little bit less of a track. Hopefully, I mean, that's the idea. I've never ran crop dividers actually before, so this is the first field ever. I've heard they can trip. See, look, it kind of separates. That's gonna kind of separate, and then hopefully that's gonna spring back up. I think that's what I'm hoping for. I've heard they can plants can get hung up on the divider, then they can trip forward like that. I don't know. That's what they're meant to do. So they can trip forward if they need to, and then they'll spring back. Go back here because it's quieter. And then if you get in a really sticky situation, or you get stuck, or have to crawl out of a ditch or something, you can lift this up. One second. And then you can hook this chain. Oh, I only got 2 hands here. Hook that chain like that. And that'll be, get that pointed up if you need it out of the way or something like that. That's what that's for. So I think they're set pretty good. They're over a foot off the ground, in the middle of the crop height. Here's the top of that divider is kind of the top of the canola, running pretty level. they're set okay. Let's see what this looks like. I'm excited. The dividers are dividing. They're still on there. Actually, I'm gonna stop and check at the end. Check my bolts. Yeah, dividers are wet. That is crazy. Heard they're having trouble with this popping out. We're gonna double nut on the back. Well, should be okay. They're all on there. Plants are sticky. Get a kind of a waxy, sticky feel to them. But yeah, like this. See how they're pushed kind of side to side? Those will stand back up. Instead of those being right flat on the ground. Got my dual nozzles on. Good coverage. Really hoping this canola will just bloom and bloom and bloom more pods and bakes. Could bloom for weeks. It stays, it's warm, but it's humid, it's kind of smoky. Got a thunderstorm the other night, so got a couple millimeters there. A couple storms roll through, keep it wet. Crops are late. Canola is a little bit late, the wheat's really late. Haven't sprayed any wheat yet. I'm gonna do one more field of canola tomorrow morning and then start on the wheat. So I haven't started any wheat for fusarium, and it is July 10th. July 10th, and the wheat is not even flowering yet. They're just very early flower. Morning. My Raven screen glitched on me. So the only way to fix that is give it a little break and try it again in a few minutes. So while that powers down, because the screen is frozen, I'm gonna check this canopy, see how wet it is. It was foggy this morning, so we had to wait a little bit. Let's check this out. Hottest day so far. With the humidity, it's supposed to feel like 41 degrees later. Yeah, it's a little wetter this morning here. Lower leaves are wet, not terrible towards the top of the plant. Take a main stem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 flowers. This is gonna be my last field of canola sprayed, and then switching to the wheat. Because that wheat is starting to flower now. Shoes are wet, pants are wet. There's water standing in the field at the south end. It's starting to, well, it already drowned out the canola. So it's wet in there, I don't really want to go in there. Because it's soft, and I'll shut that off. And there's nothing to spray. So let's skirt this edge. It's a little soft with the skinny tires on. There we go, we're out of it. Time for wheat. Got a little bit left of the tank, but I just added to it because the Pro line that I was spraying can be sprayed on wheat. Spraying Tillmore. Look at the flowers now. couple days ago there were no flowers. Wow. These are all the flowers on the wheat head, which is what you want when spraying for fusarium. And for some leaf disease. You can see a little bit of disease. Just all that rain. So we're gonna get some leaf disease, some leaf rust, stem rust, fusarium. I'm gonna get it all. My early yield estimation is 60, 70 on the wheat. Yeah, I'm thinking 70 on the wheat, 50 on the canola. My early guess. It's gonna be a lot of green bags if things hold up. Maybe don't really need a lot more moisture. It's kind of surviving just off the humidity, the morning dew and evening dew. Really a half inch in 2 weeks for the next 10 days is all it would really need. It's spreading. It's so humid in the field. I'm fogging up on the outside of the window. It's on the outside. That's how humid it is out.